Hey people, back on the live. So, I'm going to be talking about energy today and why it's important to protect your energy and how to do it. Before I get to that, while I wait for more people to join, as always, just want to say, if you haven't yet subscribed to our email list at www.reviveyourself.co, then please do, because we never know how long we're going to be on these Facebook platforms for. So if you head on over to www.reviveyourself.co, put in your name and email, you won't miss any of our content, podcasts, videos, etc., articles. So it's always good to do. If you're not following me on Insta and Twitter, then do, Instagram, Ryan __Martin_ or revive_yourself, Twitter, revive yourself, also on Medium, etc. Anyway, today I want to be talking about your energy, why it's vitally important to protect it and how to do so. It's something that came up when I was talking to my clients on our weekly call, on our video call, and lots of times people giving energy to people or to things that zaps them, takes away their ability to put energy into things they want to, things that can improve them, and actually takes away energy from their body to heal. Okay, and it's something that comes up for everyone, and it's especially important in today's world where there's so many differing opinions on what's going on. It can be very draining talking to people that have just got no interest in listening to what you've got to say. And I know how that feels because I put out lots of content trying to, inform people, wake some people up that are interested, and really, trying to get us to understand what's going on in the world at the moment. There's so much evidence out there to what's happening. It's actually baffling to me that people can't see it. But, with that, putting information out there, you get a lot of love, but you also get a lot of hate. Or say a lot of hate, get a certain amount, nowhere near as much love, so it's fine. But there's people that will come on and they will try to attack you or try to debate you, and even when you want to give answers or give them some answers, they won't listen to you. So this is why I want to talk about this today. There's a great book out there, called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson, and it talks about you've only got a certain amount of fucks to give each day. I don't know if we can say this on Facebook, certain amount of Fs to give each day, and so only give those Fs for things that are actually F worthy, because if you keep on giving your energy to things that aren't worth your time and energy, you're just going to be drained, and when it comes to things that are important, you won't have the energy to put into them, and so it is hard, especially if you're a good person and you're trying to help people. I know this is even worse when it's friends and family. You see them doing things, or they ask you for your advice, but they never actually take the advice you give, or the advice that you do give, they argue with you about it, and it can be an extremely frustrating place to be. Why that happens a lot of the time is because the ego is very, very powerful, and even if your family or friends know you're right, the ego will want to prove to them and to you, their ego will want to prove to you that they don't need you, so they just ignore your advice, even though they know you're right and it would benefit them, they still ignore you just to prove that they don't need you, even though it can make them worse. And it can be frustrating to keep on trying to help these people. Or sometimes you've got people that just very like energy vampires. Some people brighten up the room when they walk in, some people brighten up the room when they leave. And for these people, they can be close friends and family members. Had lots of clients like this over the years, and sometimes the best solution to this is to love these people from a distance. Doesn't mean you stop loving them, doesn't mean you stop caring, but it does mean that you stop letting them just sap you. Because some people are addicted to drama, and they don't actually want a solution. It's why I talk about this before. People put things like, so people put like girl versus fibro, or man versus cancer, and they really take that identity, their disease, as an identity, and they can't break it, and they almost have that addiction to it, and that's very, very negative place to come from, and it's why you want to break away from that. That's why we never treat the disease as a health coach. We treat the person who has a problem, and so some people are so addicted to drama. This is what you're seeing in the pandemic right now. Some people have got no purpose in their life. So this pandemic has given them like an actual thing to hold on to, given them a purpose, given them something to actually virtue signal about, telling people to wear masks, giving them some importance. You see this on TV shows as well. People are addicted to TV shows and dramas, and humans are great imitators. So monkey see, monkey do. They see people doing certain things on TV, like all these TV shows. They show that the male characters as being like buffoons, and there's no strong male characters. Everyone's cheating. They're all drinking all the time, smoking, and people do this. This is why they pump so much money into marketing. You drive down any high street and you see advertisements for things like McDonald's and drinks, and the people having the drink, they're looking really cool, and it's not about what this drink does or what's the ingredients, it's about how it's going to make you feel. They're very, very clever. The marketing that they do with these things, they spent billions trying to hide the truth from you and trying to manipulate you. And most people, unfortunately, don't know this. It's like Google are now a pharmaceutical company. So you start searching Google for any health condition, it comes up with medication. And they hide the truth from you. So, this is why, unfortunately, not people these days don't even know where to look. Luckily for some of us, have been around a long time when the internet used to be, or Google used to be a good search engine. Now, I'd say use things like Quant and DuckDuckGo. But just this is getting a little bit off topic here. But some people are so they need drama in life because they've got no other importance. So these are people you want to take yourself away from, because no matter how much evidence you'll give them, for example, we talk about the pandemic again, no matter how much evidence you give them to the contrary, the tens of thousands of doctors and scientists that's called nonsense on this, it won't change their mind, and you're wasting your time. You can talk about this is what the government and people, they love wars, they love pandemics, it brings them money. It's like they talk about HIV, where did that go? And when it was in Africa, why did Africa have such a high rates of it? Well, it's because every single time they put someone down and mark someone down as HIV, they got more money for that person, same as they're doing with COVID. Okay, and then you get people saying, well, how comes people are dying of COVID, which we've talked about many times? Most people are extremely toxic. Their diet and lifestyle is just extremely toxic. It means they're going to be ill most years. You've got lots of things in the air, industrial pollutants. We're going into this at a deeper level. But the other thing as well is there's something called the nocebo effect, which is extremely powerful. The placebo effect works 38 to 64% of the time, which basically means if you tell someone that something's going to help them, then it will, even if it's nothing, even if it's not the thing you told them it is. But the nocebo effect works in a similar way, which means if you think you're going to get ill, you will. A lot of people have been told they're going to get this illness, it's easy to contract, and they're going to get these symptoms, and so they do. To prove this point, they've done studies on this regarding people that had cancer. They told these cancer patients they were going to give them chemotherapeutic drugs. Instead, they gave them sugar pills, and these cancer patients still had the effects of chemo. Their hair started to fall out, for example, because the mind is so powerful. Your thoughts are like God to the cells of your body. So you tell people they're going to get certain symptoms, they will. If a doctor tells someone they're going to die in 6 months, unless they're extremely strong mentally, they do. But this is why it's pointless wasting your time on these people, okay? Because no matter what you say, you're never going to change their mind. So it's really important, okay, to protect your energy, especially if, it's very easy. It's something I've had to learn myself, because someone who actually does care, if someone comes on my wall and asks me a question about something, I'll answer it. And then you generally get to see if it's someone who actually wants to learn or someone who just wants to, cause an argument. And nowadays, I generally just delete or block them, because I can't be bothered. I've got so many people I need to help and so many people that are interested in learning. Why am I going to spend my energy dealing with people like that? Pointless. I've done it many times before. And someone asked me a question, where's the study for that? Oh, you want me to give you 12 years of my education, all the studies I've read, the hundreds, if not thousands of books, the multiple lectures, the doctors that I've interviewed. Do you want me to sum it up in a sentence and give you the exact study that proves that? It's pointless, and it's just a pointless task for myself. So things, got to be aware of it. So first of all, be aware. You can either make a list, okay, of things that you do and people you meet, and you can mark them positive, neutral, or or negative, okay? Positive things are the things that give you energy, things that you leave, or the people that you leave and you feel boosted. Neutral things, okay, leave you feeling neither way. And negative things, okay, things that drop your energy. Now, the things that obviously give you energy, perfect. You can make a list and say, well, anytime I'm feeling a bit low, I can go and do these. It might be listening to a certain song, might be for a walk in nature, bringing up someone you love, going to the gym or playing a sport or whatever it is, that's in that list. And then you have the negative things, okay? Things that drop your energy, drain you, people, places, etc. Those, okay, you want to limit your exposure to them, okay? And even if it's a phone call, someone that rings you up, you know you can protect your energy, but only speaking to them a certain amount of time. Or if you go to somewhere that you have to be, you can make your excuses and leave. Remember, it's not selfish taking care of yourself, okay? Taking care of yourself is not selfish, it's extremely important. And so, remember, you've only got a certain amount of fucks to give each day, so only give them to things that are actually fuck worthy, okay? Don't start giving them to things that are beyond your control, because that will just deplete you and your body. You know, you won't be able to put energy into things that you really want to, and your body won't have the energy it needs to perform at its best or to heal. So many people have come to me before, they have a lot of mental and emotional trauma around this, and they've got things that have been going on for a long time regarding relationships, family members, things that are constantly draining them. And when they've removed them from their life, like I had one of our clients to me yesterday, I was talking to her about this, I said, look, it's time, I think, to just, you've got the answers, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but if it was me, I'd just start removing myself from that situation, loving them from a distance and see how it goes. I asked her a couple of weeks later, how are you feeling? She's like, Ryan, I feel completely different. You know, my energy's up, I'm not feeling negative all the time. And I just feel like I can put my energy into all the things that I want to do. So, well, there you go. And we've done this many, many times before. So really, really start to pay attention on the things that drain you compared to the things that lift you up, okay? Even if it's friends and family, you know, and if it's something like your job, okay, your work, it doesn't matter what food you're eating, what water you're drinking, how much you're meditating or doing breath work. If you wake up every morning and you hate your job, it's a very toxic place to be. So start putting things in place to, if you need to, move away from that or work somewhere else, whether it be sorting your CV out and putting it out. I'm not saying quit or do anything drastic, but just maybe put the wheels in motion for doing something else, okay? Hope this helps, okay, people, but really pay attention to this, because it's no point, if you're going to speak to someone about something and you know they're not going to change their opinion, what's the point? You know, no matter how much of it, I said before, the KGB did a test on this in the 60s. If someone gets exposed to a certain amount of information for 2 months, certain information for 2 months, no matter how much information you give them to the contrary, they'll never change their mind, okay? And most people have been brainwashed for decades with the TV, and now for like a year regarding this thing, okay? It's why me and my friend have been out here since January, February, March, now almost middle of March, almost April. That TV hasn't been on once. We don't listen to the TV. Why would you? And people think that the TV, different channels have got different perspectives when they're all run by six companies. So you listen to the same stuff. It's just drama, you know, and division, black versus white, rich versus poor, left versus right, you know, it's all just division. Rather than just getting people to become, you know, if you want to change the world, become the person, or become the energy you want to change the world, okay? And reserve your energy for people, places and things that deserve it. And remember, conserving your energy and protecting it isn't selfish, it's essential, especially if you're trying to heal. Okay, people? Hope this helps. Okay? This is why we work a lot on the mind in our programs, because healing, people always talk about nutrition, you know, people say throw away stuff like, oh, you can't heal cancer with cow shakes and whatever. It's just like, the level of ignorance to that statement is beyond belief. Health is far more than just nutrition. Nutrition is one aspect. You've got the mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, energetic. So we cover it all, but the top 2 inches is huge, and it also comes from even worrying about things in the future that haven't happened yet. Remember, we only ever live in the now. Looking back at the past is depression. Worrying about the future is anxiety. We're only ever in the now. When you start to live in that place, everything starts to change. Okay, so if you are dealing with any health issues, mental, emotionally, physically, and you're looking for help or you want help, because you haven't been able to get any results, then please don't hesitate to send me an inbox here. If you're watching this on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, send me an inbox or send me an email to ryan@reviveyourself.co. I'll get to it as soon as I can. Okay. And otherwise, guys, I hope this has helped. If you're not following me already, or if you haven't put your email in to www.reviveyourself.co's mailing list, go there, reviveyourself.co, put your name and email in, just so you don't miss any of our content, just in case we get taken off these Facebook-owned platforms. Then do that now. Otherwise, hope this has helped people. Lots of love. Stay healthy. Stay happy. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.